Once upon a time, there was a little boy who thought the neighborhood he lived in San Diego, would be much prettier if everyone whose garbage can that was on the street was closed and straight instead of haphazardly being strewn about. Because sometimes when the garbage truck picks up a garbage can high into the air and dumps it inside of it, it sets the garbage can down, and the garbage can is at a funny angle. One wheel might be close to the curb, another wheel might be far from the curb, and it doesn't look good because it's not organized and it's not very clean. So the little boy decided I would straighten up the neighborhood and make it look cleaner by closing the lids of the garbage can and moving the garbage cans so they look very straight and clean and organized. So one Friday morning, it was trash day, and the first truck to come through the neighborhood was the recycle truck. And the recycle truck would pick up all of the blue boxes and dump all of the paper and plastic and glass and aluminum cans into the giant truck, and it would be very, very loud. And the little boy would sometimes sing a song. Blue box goes up, blue box goes down, truck drives away down the street. And he would sing his garbage song as the recycle truck would drive through the neighborhood. And then it was time for the little boy to go to work. Before he went outside, he would of course have to put on his socks and shoes. And in the summer, and especially on a sunny day, he would put on sunscreen to make sure he didn't get his skin burnt by the sun. And then this little boy had special gloves that he would put on his hands to keep his hands from getting dirty or getting an ouchie if there's a sharp corner or something inside one of the garbage cans. So this little boy got all ready to go outside with his sunscreen on, his gloves on, his socks and shoes. And he brought his dog with him because his dog likes to go for walks too. And so the first garbage can the boy saw, the recycle one, the blue bin, was tipped all the way onto the ground. Tisk, 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 this will not do, the boy thought. And he looked, how do I pick it up? The garbage can is taller than I am. The boy thought for a minute. Maybe if I close the lid first. And the boy did that. He closed the lid first. Then he said, maybe now I can grab the handle with two hands and lift it up. And the boy did, and it started to lift up and up and up. And it got very close to going upright. And then he gave it a final push. And the blue recycle can was upright. And the lid was closed. The boy moved it a little bit closer to the curb, and it was very straight, and he thought it looked very nice. He looked at his dog, and his dog looked like he approved because the dog wagged his tail. Maybe the dog was just happy to be with his boy because the dog loved the boy. And so the boy looked, and he saw another blue recycle can right next to it, and its lid was open. So he walked over to the lid and picked it up by the side, and he put his hand up to push, and his hand went through a hole in the lid. And he thought for a moment, this box is tricky. I can't put my hand where I want it to go because there's a hole in the lid. So he thought and thought and thought and thought, I know. I can put my hand along the outside and keep pushing up. So the boy pushed and pushed where the garbage can was not broken. And sure enough, the little boy closed that blue garbage can. Then he brought it a little bit closer to the curb so it looked very clean and organized and straight. And then the little boy thought, well, what do you think? Should we go do more? And he liked the idea, so he turned to his dog. Are you ready, Buddy Bear? Should we go get some more boxes closed? And what do you think? Yes, his dog wagged his tail. And the dog and the boy walked over to more blue boxes and closed all the garbage cans in the neighborhood. And then some of the neighbors were coming out to bring their garbage cans back next to their houses, the recycle ones. And the little boy would say, hello, how do you do? But then one of the neighbors left their house open, and his dog ran inside the neighbor's house. And the little boy ran to the door and rang the doorbell. Ring dong. And he yelled, hello, my dog ran in. Can I come get him, please? And he heard the dog barking and barking. And then a voice called, yes, you can go get your dog. And so the little boy ran into the house looking for his dog. And he found the dog drinking water from another dog bowl. There was another dog that lived there, and this little boy's dog was drinking his water. And the little boy said, come on, buddy, let's go. And he brought the dog back outside, and he looked at the dog and said, you're going to get us in trouble, and we don't like to be in trouble. I think maybe we should go home and get your leash. And so the boy and the dog walked home, and then the boy got a leash and put the dog on the leash. And the boy said, I'm sorry that you have to wear this, but if you don't listen to me very well, then sometimes you don't get as much freedom. And it's very important that you always listen to me. And the dog looked kind of sad at the boy. And the boy said, oh, don't worry, you're still a very, very good dog. You just did one little thing that wasn't so good. But it's okay, I love you, buddy. And the dog looked happy, and the little boy scratched behind his ear where the dog liked, and then the dog started to stomp his little foot because he was so happy to have his ear scratched. So then the little boy attached the leash and walked around the neighborhood, looking at all of the blue boxes on his street were all organized and perfect. And then he heard it, a loud noise. And he started to sing a song to himself. Black box goes up, black box goes down, truck drives away down the street. And the boy knew that it was the garbage truck coming through. So the boy decided to take his dog home, get a drink of water, and put on new sunscreen, and he went back out and he closed all of the black garbage cans that needed to be closed. And then by the time he was done, he came home and he was very sweaty because he did so much hard work that he drank more water, had a healthy snack, and then took a shower. And he crawled into his bed all fresh and clean, and he closed his eyes, and he started to think of how tired he was, and he thought of what a good day he had doing so much good work, helping all of his neighbors. that he said, "I earned this nap. I can fall asleep and be happy." And then the little boy remembered it would be garbage day again next week, and he would have all sorts of garbage cans to close. He would have the green for compost every week. He would have the black for garbage every week. And he would have the blue for recycle every other week. And the every other week when all the garbage cans, that was his favorite day, because there are so many and so many big trucks going through the neighborhood. And this little boy was happy. And he was able to take a good nap and fall asleep in his very comfortable bed with his comfortable pillow and his comfortable blanket near his very nice dog. And the little boy fell asleep.